Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. So the topic today is going to be monomeal simplicity and how it relates to the raw vegan lifestyle, and the benefits of a simpler way of eating and monomeals mixed in there with it, or how monomeals relate to that. I was doing my usual morning reading this morning, and it's interesting. I don't even know how I get there a lot of times. I'll do some searches or I'll click on this and it goes to that, but I always tend to find a couple of good articles in the morning. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now, but I need to do a little bit of reading. Because I'm going to present it from my perspective, but I also want to see what other people are saying about it too. I mean, my body's just been, this whole journey, if I look back, and nothing has been done because I've forced it on myself. I think my body's good to me because I don't force many things on it. It doesn't ask for many things that are unreasonable or really that bad, and I don't try to push it when it's not ready for stuff. So most of the continuing simplicity along my journey has just been natural. It's just been things that have fallen away. It's not been me making these conscious decisions like, I will not eat this anymore, or I will eat like this, or I will eat more simply. It just has happened. It's just been the natural progression of things for me. Got some notes here, plus a couple of articles. And I thought I'd share with you. Kind of like the best of. Okay, think of it like this. Primitive man in his pristine life in the forest probably ate one food at a time, depending upon the availability of the food. I liked that one sentence. That sentence jumped out at me. Primitive man in his pristine life in the forest probably ate one food at a time, depending upon the availability of food. I can almost envision it. I can almost envision our ancestor, primitive man, just in his natural state, and that's what he would do like an animal. You come across a tree, we would do the same thing. You throw me or you out in the jungle and we don't have food with us or whatever, well, within reason, if we knew our plants, we might be a little bit hesitant not knowing our plants that we'd get something that's poison, but you know what I'm talking about, the concept what I'm talking about here. In general, we're going to find that tree with fruit and we're going to eat it, and we're not going to ask, hey, I want a combination of something with this. Living in the wild, foraging for food, when a tree of ripe fruit was discovered, primitive humans ate the ripe fruit until they were satiated. They didn't look to combine the fruit with another food for a more interesting presentation. They ate one simple food until they were full, or they ate it all. Just one other little paragraph here that I wanted into the intro that I just thought was some good stuff. With so many different kinds of foods going in at one sitting, what I do is curate a lot of this. Like, I'm more of a curator than I am creating content. Like, I go through things and I pick out pieces that I think are pertinent. With so many different kinds of foods going in at one sitting, our body can get very tired trying to sort out the different enzymes and digestion times for all these various foods. Some food will not get digested properly, causing heartburn, upset stomach, lethargy, and/or gastrointestinal disturbances. We have complicated our palates. More is not better. Smoothies with 15 ingredients are unnecessary. Listen to that. Smoothies with 15 ingredients are unnecessary. You don't have to get it all in there in one shot. The body can really taste and take full nutritional advantage of foods when they are more isolated. Perhaps a 3-ingredient smoothie is as complicated as it needs to get. I put a couple more, maybe I put like 4 smoothie ingredients in my smoothies, but overall, like that advice to me couldn't be more spot on. Who feels it knows it. When you feel it, you know it. When you start adding those mono meals in, or when you just start all your meals, you start eating with more simplicity. There was a point I was like thinking I was going to go through, maybe do a whole phase of just nothing but mono meals, but there's also reasons probably advising against doing that, because we do need mixtures of stuff. We do need greens in our diet, unless you're just going to sit in mono meal. Greens and mono dieting would be rather cumbersome, but I would say if you can get a mono meal in a day, if you can make all of your meals more simple, that would be great. I get people that ask me questions or ask me advice or ask me suggestions all the time, And a lot of the times I don't want to just like shoot right back because it looks like you're being sarcastic or being a smart ass, but I'm just like, you just got too much going on there, plain and simple. And I get bored. And when I get bored, I just get to the heart of the matter. It's just like when I'm watching these recipe videos and I see so many ingredients and so many steps. That's not, my brain just works easier on the simplicity. And you know, when I see those recipes, eyes go blank, I tune out, I go away. When people start telling me, well, Jack, I ate this, and this, I'm like, good Lord, I can't, you know, by the time you've got to the end of the list of what you combined or what you ate, my eyes have rolled back in my head, and I'm like, yeah, just plain and simple, you got too much going on there. I do get a mono meal, like, and I'm going to read something here, a little bit more here in a minute. Actually, ideally, your best mono meal would be your first meal of the day being a mono meal, and it being a sweeter or a juicier fruit, more water content in there. Now, I don't necessarily do that, and I'm not going to change until the body says, okay, we're ready to change, let's do something different here. My body calls, I want that banana and ice cream. I've been on a roll, I want banana and ice cream for breakfast. I want that good, solid first meal of the day. But it is mono mealing. Well, sometimes I have cacao, but lately I haven't had any cacao, so I just eat my banana and ice cream first thing in the morning. Kind of reverse it a little bit. I usually will eat my banana and ice cream first thing in the morning, and then like today, probably, I would say a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours after I had eaten my banana and ice cream had elapsed, I had some fresh squeezed orange juice, but then just orange juice. So I'm a little bit backwards. Probably optimally would be best to have that orange juice or that juicy, fruity meal very first thing, and then the ice cream. But just because of my schedule, the way I do things, the way I feel like eating first thing in the morning, I do the opposite. Or not the opposite, but I don't do the juicy the very first thing. All my meals are getting simpler and simpler. There's not a whole lot, you know, even I was joking about I might have one more ingredient in my smoothies. Had 2 smoothies this morning, and they were bananas, kale, spirulina, blackstrap molasses. So there's 4 ingredients. I keep it pretty simple there. All my salads last night, I had, you know, the dressing was mango, red pepper, a couple of little condiments on top of 3 different greens. So everything I'm moving towards the simple, and the simple works. You don't have to, you know, don't worry. Like I did a video on food combining a while back, and I was going to try to be impressive, and you know, I can't retain that stuff, but I was going to tell you know, I started making all these notes on this, that, and the other to combine, and my first thought was, well, wouldn't this be, from the slacker, lazy guy's perspective, wouldn't it be just easier not to learn all this stuff and just to keep the meal simple in the first place? Was reading this other article, let me see, 6 benefits of eating mono meals. Now, from some of the stuff I'm reading in here, this isn't even from the perspective of a raw vegan. I'm not even sure if it's written. It's just from a website called 6stepstobetterhealth.com. But what I'm getting at is it's not even a food like a raw vegan, a vegan. I'm not even sure if they're vegan. This is just health in general, but they had some pretty interesting things to say that were right on. 6 benefits of eating mono meals. It's the easiest meals to digest. Absolutely. It's the only way to know for sure how your body reacts to certain foods. Now, this is where I knew that they weren't vegan. They have some animal products listed down here, you know, and kind of like, okay, if you only ate this, it's kind of basically, I guess they're talking about the elimination diet or the elimination process. It's the most simple way to eat. This one really caught my eye, and this really makes a lot of sense, and this is really good, especially since it's not even coming from a vegan source or raw vegan source. It forces you to eat better quality foods. It's easy to settle for fruits and vegetables that are low in quality when they are mixed together with a lot of other ingredients and their true taste is disguised. But when you eat mono meals, you will quickly find yourself seeking out better quality foods, because once you get a meal of nothing but bananas that aren't ripe yet or nothing but tomatoes that taste like cardboard, you'll never want to do it again. Now that is dead spot on. Number 5, it will be a lot easier to know when it's time to stop eating. If you only eat one type of food and you pay attention to the chewing, the taste, and the texture of what you eat, in your body will clearly let you know when it is time to stop eating. It will do this by causing your taste buds to shift in a way that will cause the foods that you are eating to become less enjoyable, making it almost impossible to overeat. And a good example of this is avocados. Avocados are a fatty fruit, and if I eat one avocado, it will taste a lot like cheese to me and I will enjoy it. But if I then try to eat a second avocado, the second one will taste more like butter to me. And if I force myself to eat all of the second one, it will start to feel like I'm trying to eat a stick of butter. Well, you know what he's saying. I could probably eat 2 avocados, but yeah, it's, you know, the simplicity. The simplicity. I preach that all the time. It works. Stop trying to, you know, this really is the most basic, simple, natural lifestyle out here. The trying to do it, the striving to do it, the struggling to do it, it just doesn't have to be. You know, we just want to complicate things, and I think that's because our brain has always been programmed to complicate things. Diets, anything that's diet related has always been some sort of special prescribed thing you do. It's not been enjoyable, it's not been natural, so our brain just can't, it's hard to wrap our brain around that. But the simplicity, listen, if you want to, like, people ask me questions all the time, and if I could just throw out, I could be a humanoid that could only speak 10 words, and I could probably convey this to you. Simplicity, simpler, eat less combined things, more mono meals. You know, after this, I'm even going to up my mono meals a little bit more, especially now with mango season. I was telling somebody that or I said that on Instagram yesterday. It's about time for some serious mango mono mealing, because I had one yesterday that was absolutely spectacular. Anyhow, just something to think about. Maybe try to throw one mono meal, you know, if you're not doing it already, try to do a mono meal a day. Once a day. Pick your favorite fruit. Pick whatever you want to have and mono meal it. Try to make all your meals a little simpler. Always go towards simplicity. Anyhow, hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you're having a beautiful day. Love you guys. Peace.